Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
Oh. Ooh.
It is too. It says on. Blame Rob. Oh, wait, now it's working. Okay. I'm still Corey Baumeister, but now I'm louder.
That seems worse then. Turn it off.
Okay.
We've got Rob in the booth. Say, I didn't think Corey's mic was going to be the problem today, Rob.
I didn't think Corey's mic was going to be the problem today, Rob.
That's true, because I'm so good at my technologies, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are playing some Modern today on a Versus Live.
Yes.
Doing a little bit of exploration of the format that we're starting to see. You know, we've had a defined metagame emerge, and we're starting to see some reactions to that metagame, some potential metagame decks arise.
A little bit of innovation here and there and stuff, you know, nothing completely redefining the format every week at this point because now we are pretty settled in, but new decks are still popping up.
And the most important new deck from last week was finally a control deck popping up. You know, this typically does happen after that metagame starts to take shape and you have a target to be able to build your control deck with in mind. And Gabriel Nassif won one of the Modern challenges with a Jeskai control deck that looks very different than you might expect, but I think is built very well for what the metagame is. So he essentially has now taken a much more tap-out style, only main decking one counterspell.
Which I know had to have hurt him, like deep down pained his soul, you know, but
But what has happened in Modern is that curves have become very low. They're very condensed at 1 and 2 mana. So oftentimes having a couple of counterspells in your hand, even literal counterspell, just puts you behind. So they were falling too far behind, these decks that were playing a bunch of counterspells, Archmage's Charms, Cryptic Commands, and they never got to the point where they were able to leverage the power of those cards because they were so far behind on the battlefield.
And honestly, I think that's a big product of the one drops. Ragavan and Channeler, just they're single game-ending threats on their own for 1 mana, and if you're just holding counter spells, like sure, Charm is good, but that's really the only counter spell I ever want. And a mana base, a deck like this can't really support Charm, so I totally agree with it too. And if you just look at the list, I mean, there's like 4 Prismatic Endings, a bunch of Wall of Omens, you know, like Fire, Ice. There's all these ways to deal with turn 1 Ragavan and stuff where I'm guessing Nassif killed a lot of monkeys on his quest to winning this event. So,
can we get the disclaimer, no animals were harmed in the filming of this?
Yeah,
I could work on that, but sounds like that's a lie, though.
If you could get on that, that'd be great.
So I think he essentially figured out an effective way to build a control deck for this metagame. It was very different than the intuitive way to build a control deck, just based on the cards that typical control decks play. And so we're going to start the show by putting this deck to the test against the Izzet Murktide Regent deck. That is, you know, one of the tier 1 decks of the format. So
it's one of the best decks. You have a lot of tools and stuff, and I just look at this deck. I'm like, okay, how do I beat both Murktide, Channeler, or how do I beat Channeler, Ragavan, and Murktide? Like, that's the tough part, right? Like, each deck is usually good against one of those things. This deck, it's clear. I have answers to both. You know, like I have Supreme Verdicts. I have Teferis for Murktide. You know, I have answers for them. I don't have as many passes maybe I would love. Probably got a few on the board, but it looks like I have a chance, you know?
It's just going to be a matter of, you know, do you have the right answers at the right times? Can I protect a Murktide Regent with my own counter spells? You know, can I run you out of answers potentially?
Exactly, and you're still playing a great deck, so I mean, those possibilities are definitely still there.
But what about the possibilities?
Oh, well, now I'm hungry.
No, we're not going to Syracuse.
Okay. Oh, we got all this talk about coming back on the SCG tour. Let's just go visit every city, okay?
Not a very good hand for me to start. I don't have a threat. I do have a little card selection here to try to find one, but not a ton. And multiple of my red removal spells in this opening hand in a matchup where I really don't want to see them.
Delirium, kill Wall of Omens. Game.
Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this hand.
Okay.
I don't know what you think about that, but
yeah, I think you're right. I mean, Ragavan's super important on the play because normally there's not a ton of answers and you can usually sneak them through. This deck does have a ton of answers too, so that makes me more willing to keep hands like that because normally mulligan to turn 1 Ragavan, like you can just win off that, you know? But you know what I would have done with that hand, but
think if I had some, regular cantrips, maybe Thought Scour or Serum Vision, things like that, I would have kept.
Yeah.
But with just the Mishra's Bauble to dig for a threat,
Yeah.
I'm less inclined.
Yeah, that's fair. And I'm going to keep mine. It's close. It's mopey. It's control deck and modern. So I'm in.
Okay.
And well, he's getting ready for that. Y'all, can we believe it? Real life SCG coming back. I'm still just on cloud 11 or 12. I'm above cloud 9.
Speaking of that, Elliot wants to know when's the first Roanoke Basketball League game at SCG Con?
It will be on Thursday. We are starting a Roanoke Basketball League.
Check Twitter. It's already there.
It's already there.
We're way ahead of you.
We have begun our event planning already, needless to say.
Okay. I think this is an easy keep on 6. Put an extra land back that we need.
Bring it on.
I'm going to go to 17 to get a Steam Vents with this Scalding Tarn.
It's a nice tarn.
It's okay.
17 for you.
And I'm going to play a Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Channeler, okay.
Pass the turn.
I have... It's a decent one. Yeah, I'll take 2 as a bolt. I got those too, I forgot. I'll be killing your creatures.
Yep. So we got 17, 18.
Pass to you.
Spire Bluff Canal, Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Another one. What are you, DJ Khaled? All right, let's go with... I'm going to crack, go to 17. I'm pretty happy with a basic planes here. And you may have this cool new flashy creature, but I will play the OG most powerful creature, 04 Wall. Pass to you.
Yeah, on your end step, I will Thought Scour myself, trigger Surveil.
Okay.
I'll just put anything in the graveyard to try to get to Delirium here.
Yeah.
Did not get there.
No, you did not.
And instant creature.
Okay. I'll block. I will block.
On the upkeep, I will Bolt Corey, trigger Surveil.
Okay. I'm at 14. That's a Misty.
Draw for turn.
Okay.
Hit the Serum Visions.
You're a jerk.
Trigger Surveil again.
Okay.
I do not want a Ragavan staring down a Wall of Omens.
Yeah.
That one in the graveyard. Draw there.
Okay.
I think I can just put both of those on the bottom.
Okay.
And attack for 3.
I'm at 11.
And then play a Steam Vents tapped. Pass.
Okay. That was a pretty nice draw. All right, I'm going to play a land. I'm going to go with Teferi. I'm going to bounce that. I'm going to draw, and I'll pass to you.
I'll play an Expressive Iteration.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather do this. I'd rather do this before and the DRC and potentially cast a Murktide.
Get
then
Murky?
Get a Surveil. So let's Iteration first.
Okay.
Jesus, these are not good.
Really? Because my hand is awesome. Like, I'm in heaven. I'm in low-key heaven over here. Just like, I haven't played with these kind of cards in so long. 6 lands. But all different varieties.
We're going to continue putting Ragavans on the bottom against this Wall of Omens.
Can't beat it. Can't touch
I'm
this.
going to exile the Serum Visions. Put this into my hand.
Okay.
Then I will play Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Okay. Still indeed delirious.
Yep. Then I'll play Mishra's Baubler and Surveil.
Okay. I'm hoping you have a land.
Like this. I do.
Okay.
Then I'll play Serum Vision, still keep it on top with Surveil.
Draws it. Okay.
Scry 2. 1 on bottom, and this one was definitely on the top.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn. On your upkeep, I'll bauble you. Got a flooded strand.
The strand of the flooded varieties. So now we got plenty of options here. And we're going to start with EE for 1.
Good one.
Not bad. I'll play a Triome, and I'll pass to you. Figure E for 1 makes a lot more sense than any other number against you because I can't get to 7 unless we invent colors.
Upkeep, I'll draw a bauble, and
Okay.
I'll draw for turn.
Sure.
I think we can easily start this turn by attempting to attack that Teferi.
Yeah, beginning of combat. I'm going to ice it. Draw a card.
Okay.
Good old-fashioned control magic here. I feel at home. Honestly, I loved the Mystic Sanctuary games right when it came out. You know, before everybody was playing Mystic Sanctuary decks. But, like, God, was it Nationals? I think, like, the last tournament we actually played, Abe Corbin built that Mystic Sanctuary kind of cool control deck.
Yeah.
That was a blast. But then everyone's like, oh, I can just do that all the time. And that's not fun.
You have 5 in hand?
5. Yep, you know 1.
Okay. The card I'm very worried about here is Supreme Verdict.
What does that one do?
I think I'm going to try to play around it by leading with Iteration this turn, Surveil.
Okay. You are indeed right. I can't Supreme Verdict Expressive Iteration.
Yeah, let's leave that one on top.
Okay.
This poopy counterspell on the bottom. This can go to my hand. Exile Borrower. Unfortunately, here I do not have an untapped land. I have this poopy Spirebluff Canal. So I guess I will just petty theft something, and that will have to be this Engineered Explosives.
Okay, come on. You can give me my ETB stuff.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. All right, I'll tick up. That was a pretty cute draw. I'm going to crack.
Brings you to 10.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to take 1 here. I'm just going to take 1, but I'd also like a duel, so I don't want to take the 2 for this. Is that cool?
Then it enters tapped.
Oh.
That's perfectly
Dem be the
legal line.
rules, eh?
Yes.
Yep. It was 11-17 before this, though, so it's big difference.
Yeah.
Now.
We've gone 100 years in the past.
Yeah.
We've gone
I'll just
back.
give you a few
Just
bonus.
like how long it's been since our last SCG Open.
Yeah.
So I'm still, once again, Cloud 11, y'all. Have you guys heard?
It's Cloud 9, by the way. But
I'm 2 clouds higher.
oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
It's actually
I just-
raining on Cloud 11, though.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to point that out because knowing you, Corey, you would actually just think it was Cloud 11. So I just wanted to make sure.
Wow, thanks. That's some harsh stuff.
Harsh, but fair.
Harsh but fair is valid. Okay, so I have a Jace. Now it's kind of awkward because even if I tick up, you can still Unholy Heat it. So I tick up against a Bolt deck and I feel pretty good about it. But with this being the case, I almost still want to because you at least have to have it, but it just feels worse. You have 2 bolts in the yard. Yeah, whatever. I'll brainstorm. Okay, let's put these 2 here and pass to you.
Okay. So there's got to be a removal spell coming at this DRC. It could either be Bolt or Prismatic Ending because of the Teferi.
Oh, that'd be a cute trick.
I guess I will start with an Expressive Iteration and Surveil.
Yeah, I'll respond.
So Sorrel trigger.
Yep.
I'm gonna bin this Thought Scour.
Okay.
Those are all good draws.
Uh-oh. We can't keep them all. You got 2 bolts gone, so I don't have to be too concerned. Normally at this stage of the game, I'd be very concerned about going to 9, but you can't triple bolt me, so I feel pretty okay about that.
That's going to go to the bottom.
Okay.
Bolt's going to go to exile.
Uh-oh. All right, which one you killing?
I'm going to bolt the Jace.
Okay, good call.
And then I have a Murktide Regent. Now, it can easily get bounced by Teferi, so I don't want to go ham exiling all my spells, but I don't want it to get bolted, so I want to exile at least one spell.
Yep. Checks out.
So let's exile Serum Visions and 4 land, or let's leave a land.
Okay.
3 lands and a creature, I guess, a Ragavan, and make it a 4/4, because this also means that if Corey wants to +1 the Teferi, I can threaten lethal. So,
You just got one?
Yeah, just the one spell.
Okay, done?
Yep.
All right, I know I'm drawing this. Yeah, it does seem like just a pretty nice, easy bounce here. Have you do it again, but I know what's on top, so maybe I want to get rid of that, which I do think that to be true. So yeah, I'm going to start with an expressive iteration. Wow. That's in my deck? You're dead. You're dead. All right. What do I want here? All right. I'll put... Wall of Omen here.
I don't think I can beat a second Wall of Omens.
Exactly. I have no... I am pretty positive you can't. That card's too good. Okay. Then I'm going to crack this. Go to 9. I will bounce this. A draw. That was a bad draw. Then I will Wall of Omens, draw, and rest in peace. Yikes. That's a good one. Make sure I double check that it was not a sideboard card.
No.
All right. I can see that he beat up on this deck so far with, how my hand still is, but I'll pass to you. I did find out there are 2 because
This is what happens when you metagame, I guess, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Expressive iteration.
You got it.
Exile Thought Scour.
Okay.
Thought Scour you.
Yep, mill it. I got 2 good cards.
No, I do not.
You got 2 of my good cards.
You can go.
All right. I have a land, and I don't see too much of a reason for trying to do anything here, so I'm just going to pass to you.
Instead of crack.
Okay.
Play Borrower. I'm at 16.
Okay. Still at end step. I'm going to field steam vents. And I'll cast Solitude.
So I'm going to gain 3.
Yep, you got a 19. And then you may continue. we call this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. My hand is still gas. Like, oh my God. Wow. Well, that felt good. That felt good. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm just taking a guess by how this deck was built. He had this matchup in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gearing up to send wave after wave of threat at you.
Yeah.
And then you just played Rest in Peace, and none of my threats were good anymore.
Like, honestly, it just bricks Channeler and Murktide. Like, I mean, Murktide, if it's already on the battlefield, sure. But, I mean, it makes sense. Like, the Rakdos Lurrus deck is all about the graveyard. Basically, every deck, some of the Cascade decks are all about the graveyard, the living ends. It's like Crashing Footfall decks, Hammer Time are like the only decks I can think of off the top of my head that don't get annihilated by Rest in Peace. And like maybe these Bring to Light Scape Shift decks, but you don't even see those that often, know? It seems good. Seems smart right now.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
And I saw his most recent version that he's been streaming with was just added 3 Omnauts, and for whatever reason turned his whole sideboard into 15 one-ofs, and he just 5-0'd a league with it. And I'm just like, God dang it, Hat.
I'm a fan of the 15-1-0 sideboard.
Yeah, me too. Also, I don't know if I told you this. I don't know if you've heard. Online or in-person SCG Invitational is coming to Roanoke, Virginia in October, late October. Did you hear this?
Yes.
It's exciting. I get to do this, but not against Ross Merriam constantly. That sounds freeing,
Wait till your top 8 match.
I'm in.
Yeah. All right, let's battle.
You know what?
We did get to avoid that. We were 2 HG partners a couple days ago.
What we need is a Corey versus Ross invitational final, but we need to mic y'all up.
Yeah.
Because y'all would have some great trash talk.
Yeah, mic'd up, but we're allowed to say whatever we want.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between that.
Yeah. I'm going to show Corey that this hand, which I mulliganed in game 1, is still bad by keeping it in game 2.
Okay. I'm going to try, but this hand has some problems.
Good. I'll play Bauble and Bauble myself.
Okay.
I will play a Spiral of Canal and pass the turn.
Okay.
Keep, I'll draw.
Pass.
And step Thought Scour myself.
Okay.
Mill a couple lands.
Okay.
Draw for turn.
Do it.
Play another Canal and a DRC.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
And step out crack.
19.
19. Wait. Already have that land, so I guess just gonna go with the old Triome. All right, I'm gonna untap, a draw. Interesting. I'm gonna go like this, and I'm just gonna bolt this now. Past you.
Spiral of Canal pass.
Okay. Was this another threat light hand by any chance, buddy? I have a Wall of Omens. You don't want to counter that? Okay. Pass.
I think someone's trying to hurry up and get to sideboarding.
I think so. I'm having a great time. I'll play this match literally the entire day if we want.
You're at 18.
Are you in? I don't have a second Triumph, right? That'd be too cool.
No.
That'd be just too cool. Too cool for school. All right. Untap. Draw. I'm at 18. And pass to you.
I will Thought Scour myself.
You got it.
Play Mishra's Bauble.
You got it.
Bauble myself.
You got it.
Play Flooded Strand. Crack it, go to 19.
Okay.
Get a tap Steam Vents, and then pass the turn.
Okay. End step, I will ice down a canal.
Yep.
A draw.
Upkeep, I'll draw a bauble.
Okay. All right. I'll start with an expressive iteration.
Sure.
Little unfortunate. Put this to my hand, this in exile, this here. Play it. And pass to you. I'll have to discard. Discard the lightning bolt.
Does that mean this Dragon's Rage Channeler is probably going to live now?
Yeah, I think that's what it means. Yeah. That resolves.
Must be out of lightning bolts at this point.
I've got to be. All right. End sack this. 17. I think I can just get a basic at this point. Yeah, just throwing away a lightning bolt has got to be a good sign, right?
Yeah.
All right. End step. Upgraded lightning bolt. All right, I'll go to 20.
Yep.
Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
20 to 19. Corey being the one at 20.
Yeah, naturally. Okay, you got a lot of cards, eh? Let's go with a pass to you. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go home and fire up a league with this deck. This deck is too sweet.
I'm going to play a Murktide Regent.
Okay.
I'm going to exile 2 spells to this one. Just to make sure I leave Delirium.
Okay. I will counter it.
That's the 1 counter spell. Okay.
Had it.
Pass the turn.
Okay. All right. Now I have a land. And a pass the turn.
You can go.
Cycle a shark for 4. Nom 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 nom. I haven't cycled a shark in so long.
Oh, unholy heater.
That's unholy of you. All right. Oh, tap draw. It's an interesting one. All right. I'm going to go with a Teferi.
Resolves.
Okay. Then I'm going to go with a Jace.
Resolves.
All right. I will brainstorm. And I will tick up and pass to you.
Old Jace.
Jace gone.
Play Delta. Pass the turn.
Ooh, it's not an unholy heat. I was like, you gotta have a heat as well, huh? I would say the heat is on.
You're 19.
I'm at 19. You know what? I'm gonna take a couple extra damage. I'm gonna spoil myself here.
You're at 17.
I'm gonna treat myself, really. Treat myself to an untapped land. In such a good mood with this SC Jura Invitational coming back. I don't know if you've heard, but... All right, I'm gonna bounce those. I'm going to draw. I drew the card I just put on bottom. Nice. Wall of Omens. And I'll pass to you.
Pass.
Okay, I'll make a 1/1. Here we go, Shaheen. Here we go. Up.
He's casually shocks himself, leaves a mana unused.
Yeah. That's what we call a nice BM there for you.
18.
18, 17?
Yep.
Okay, I'll pass to you.
Fiery Islet.
You got it.
Sacrifice it.
Sure.
Bolt to Fairy.
Okay.
Play Murktide Regent.
The old Merkster.
Once again, leaving an instant for delirium purposes, so this will be 3 spells exiled.
Okay, I will. It resolves.
Yep.
End step, Solitude.
Counterspell.
Counter spell, eh? All right. Also at end step, I'll field a land. Gotta be running out of lands, right? Probably not. All right. Untap. I'll attack.
Block.
Okay. I will lightning bolt it.
Sure.
I will fire it.
Okay, well, color me disappointed. I just assumed I was getting verdicted.
Yep. I figured you would assume that. Then I'll pass to you.
That's a tilt. But we got him now.
You got me now?
No, I don't.
Oh, dang it.
Pass.
All right, I'm at 16. I think I have one more basic to fetch. Yeah. Then I'll make a 1/1. I'm getting pretty much out of gas, though, so I'm not feeling as great. I'll attack.
17.
All of a sudden, I just got gassed up. If you don't have a counter, though,
Resolves.
bounce. Wall. Land. Pass. Wall of Omens into Fairy Time Reveler. I can just feel Nassif smirking as he bounced a Wall of Omen every single time. Like,
Make another token.
token. Tick up. Attack for 2.
15.
Rest in peace. R.I.P. Pass to you.
Serum Visions.
Yep.
Bottom those 2.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Token. Oh, yeah. Attack.
12.
I will take up and just for Twitch chat. Hard cast, pass to you. That one's for you.
Bolt to Fairy.
In response, I'll ending it for 5, get a 6/6. Right? I can do that.
Yep.
Yep. That's awesome.
You can go.
Okay. Oh, hard cast Shark Typhoon. Get a 6/6 shark. I'll attack.
I'm at 3.
Pass to you.
Thought Scour you.
Okay.
Fetch to 2.
Okay. Okay. Anyone's game.
Oh, I milled the other 2 islands.
You must have a mountain, though.
No, there's no mountain in this deck.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I can only get a tap Steam Vincent Summit 2, so I can't cast this Murktide Regent.
But I have a path. Make a 1/1. Make 2 1/1s. You can cast it. I'll let it slide.
I had 3 Ragavens in my hand.
I did have the verdict the whole time.
Yeah.
But I was like, if you block, I get 5 damage to it. But all right. I mean, come on. What more do you want from a versus live show if we get 2 hard casts in the first 2 games? I mean, we're just really for the people, you know?
So far, I haven't had enough counterplay to protect my own threats.
Yep.
And once we get into the mid game, as soon as you find Rest in Peace, it just so limits what I can do and how good my threats even are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it has just looked structurally very bad.
This has looked like a bad matchup, and I honestly, just thinking to all the times that it's been brained into me that, like, control is bad in Modern, it's too diverse, control is bad. It's kind of the case when Modern is super diverse, but it's narrowing right now. It's really narrowing, and this kills a lot of... I bet this has a good Hammer Time matchup, and I bet it has a good Murktide matchup, and that's enough for me. I bet the card Urza's Saga is still pretty bad for me, but not a lot of people are playing that as much anymore, so
yeah,
we'll see. All right, that's going to do it for the first 2 games. We're going to take a short break. We're going to see what Ross has for this unstoppable Jeskai piece of mid-range soup we got going here, and we'll be right back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to a Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Is It Midrange and Jeskai Control. On my side, I got a whole host of counter spells to bring in to help protect our threats, which I was unable to do in the pre-sideboard games to my own detriment. A nice range of them, from Force of Negation, some Flusterstorms, Dispel. I like the really cheap ones because I definitely need to win this matchup on tempo.
Yep.
And then Archmage's Charm is a nice one to have in small numbers to round out the package. Not as cheap, but sometimes it can just pull me up on card advantage in games where that becomes important.
Yep.
And then boarding out all of my Lightning Bolts, leaving it on Holy Heat, since that can actually answer Planeswalkers or Big Sharks. And then cutting 1 Ragavan, since every time I've drawn the card, it has been completely useless.
But it's $150.
Can't beat Wall of Omens.
Can't beat Wall of Omens. All right, so for my end, bringing in a Dispute as a 1-mana counterspell, basically just upgrading counterspell for your Murktide Regents or to fight a counter war. I don't actually play a lot of counterspells. You are definitely the control deck in that aspect.
Yeah.
And then just making my Teferi's cheaper. Teferi Time Reveler, just excellent against basically your deck. Ragavan's the only hasty threat, so Teferi bouncing things, whenever you can't immediately attack it back, Teferi's awesome. And this can be Unholy Heated, where normally, a Planeswalker ticking up to 5 against a red deck is going to be very good, but when it still just dies to the same removal spell, might as well make it cheaper. Yeah, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, lost a lot with Modern Horizons 2 coming out, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
and it wasn't already very good,
The format is just so much more efficient than it used to be.
Yeah.
5-mana spells are that much harder to actually play.
Totally agree. All right, Rob, you got any questions? You got any hype about the SCG Con?
A little bit, I had a question. Do you think Demi-Lich should be included in Is It Mid-Range list following AFR release? Do you think that card should be a staple in Modern?
Well, it can't be played in a deck of like this, it would have to be played with crash throughs and you basically have to make your deck worse, I think. You got to be playing these spells that work with it. And then on top of that, it dies to Lightning Bolt. So I just don't think it's a good card, personally. I don't even think it's very good in Historic. And that's where it seems like it should be at its best in these Is It Phoenix decks. I just don't think it's a good card. I just think it has the illusion of really looking like a good card.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't fit in a deck like this. We're not casting a ton of spells.
Too many creatures, yeah.
The key card you really need is Manamorphose to make Demi-Lich work. I'm, I would say a little higher. I'm not sure if the decks that it goes in are good, because we've seen, as the format has gotten a lot more efficient, spinning your wheels with cantrips has also gotten a lot worse.
Yeah.
This deck has 8, and that's about the max that you'd want for 1-mana cantrip.
Yeah, I almost think it's too many. I almost like cutting a few visions out of that deck. Thought Scour is Dark Ritual, so you don't cut that one, but
Yeah. So there's not a lot of time that you can afford to do things like that.
Yep.
And that's the kind of stuff that you end up doing in some amount of games when you're a deck built around Demi-Lich. So I don't think the problem is that Demi-Lich is a bad card. It's just that it's not a good enough of a payoff to put that many cantrips in your deck and give your deck those draws where you're just spinning your wheels a lot.
Yeah.
Arclight as a Phoenix used to do that 3 years ago, but you could do that in Modern 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then the payoff of Thing in the Ice was good enough. There weren't enough fatal pushes around. When people path your things, you could still play a long game. That's just not really true anymore with how much more powerful the format has gotten over that time. So you would need a really, really powerful payoff, and Demi-Lich isn't quite there.
So I got a question for you. Do you sit longingly looking out your window thinking of Thing in the Ice, Arclight Phoenix days, just sighing outside the window, be like, oh.
Yeah, All By Myself was playing in the background.
Yeah, and then you have like your trophy sitting on the windowsill, just...
All by myself.
But you weren't all by yourself. Your birds were with you. Rob, do you got another question at all? Otherwise, we'll get started.
I call that Wednesday, by the way.
Of course.
Not at the moment.
When we're not hanging? Oh,
Yeah.
You poor summer child.
No, not at the moment.
Okay, you got
I
it.
would tell you that I always have meetings on Wednesdays, but that's actually what I'm doing.
It's just you. It's just you looking.
No, he has a
outside the
meeting. He's
window.
just meeting with his Arclight Phoenixes.
Oh, good call. Good call.
I'm
Makes sense.
gonna keep the same.
I'm gonna keep.
I am going to play a bauble and bauble myself.
Okay.
Play a bauble.
Okay.
Play Ragavan.
Ragavan.
Bauble you.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Upkeep. Draw 2.
Okay. I will take 2 and prismatic ending that. Past you.
Brings you to 18.
Yep.
I will play Fiery Islet and Ragavan DRC going to 19.
Okay.
Another Bauble Surveil.
Okay.
Let's put an Unholy Heat in the graveyard. And then Bauble you.
I was going to say, would fire be a good play this next turn?
Pass the turn and draw.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just prismatic ending Ragavan. I'll play this and I'll pass to you. Yeah, fire would have been pretty good there.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
I got to take some risks in this.
Oh, I
matchup,
totally
so-
agree. Totally agree.
That's an interesting draw.
Interesting. I don't like interesting.
Attack for 1.
1? That's only 1. I'll take 7. Or I'm down to 17.
Play another DRC.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, I'll crack this down to 16. Let's get that Triome. Love 1 Triome in these mana bases so much. Just really ties the room together, you know? All right, I got a land and I'll pass to you.
I'll play Expressive Iteration, 2 Surveils.
Okay.
First Surveil, we'll put a Murktide in the graveyard.
Oh.
Second one will
So that's going to be the Delirium.
stay on top, resolve the iteration.
Okay.
I'll put Delta in exile, back, go down there,
Okay.
and then I'll play Delta,
Okay.
but I do have Artifact, Instant Creature, Sorcery now,
Yep.
so let's attack for 6.
All right. I'll make a 1/1 shark.
Yep.
I'll block.
Okay, go to 13.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
All right. Yeah, I can't risk a counter spell, so I got 1 play. Verdict. Pass to you.
Unstep, I'm going to go to 16, get a Steam Vents.
Okay.
You have 4 in hand?
4 in hand, yep.
I'm going to sack the Islet.
Okay. I'm afraid of a few things.
Well, I don't have any of them. So
Okay, that's good.
Tapped land and pass the turn.
Okay. I'm gonna play a Scolding Tarn, and then I'll pass to you.
And step, I'll Archmage's Charm to draw 2.
Okay.
Go to my turn.
Yep.
Play a ball myself.
Okay.
Play Strand, play Murktide Regent. So I want to leave the sorcery, and Jesus, I just don't have. I have a sorcery and an instant. I guess I could exile both instants and still have Delirium.
Okay.
And get it to a 5/5.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It resolves.
Then I'll pass the turn. Fetch brings you to 12.
Yep. And I'm just gonna get a Steam Vent. You've been playing like you've been holding up counter spells this whole time, so I am quite worried about that.
Upkeep, draw, bauble.
Yep. All right. Let's start with a verdict. And I got to land and I'll pass to you.
End step, crack the Strand, go to 15.
Okay.
Normally I would leave fetches uncracked in case I'm drawing baubles, but I've literally drawn all 4 baubles.
You have, yep. So you might as well thin out the deck. Yeah, normally thinning doesn't matter that much. The chance of drawing bauble usually means more, I would agree.
You got 3 in hand?
3 in hand.
Drop.
Okay.
Let's start this turn by dashing Ragavan.
The Ragavan, okay.
Attack for 2.
I'm at 10.
Get a treasure.
So close.
Then I will play Expressive Iteration.
Okay.
A little awkward here.
Okay.
I can't get both spells without wasting one, so let's put this one into my hand. That can go to the bottom. Exile an island.
Okay.
Play it as my land for turn. And then end step, Ragavan comes back.
Alrighty. All right, I'm going to start with an expressive iteration of my own.
And you have 3 in hand?
3, yep.
That resolves.
Okay. Not very good. Do this, this.
Play your planes.
Play my planes and go for a Teferi.
I will counterspell Teferi.
Okay. Pass to you.
Dash Ragavan.
Sure.
Attack for 2.
Sure. 8.
2 to 8. What else we got?
Brick.
Okay, I will play Tap Canal and bring back the Ragavan.
Okay, I have a Rest in Peace.
I'm already 2 channelers down. I have enough mana to be hard casting Murktides. Man. down to this Ragavan. You have 3 in hand.
3 in hand, all busted. I wish.
I'm gonna let that resolve.
Okay. Then I have a island, and I'll go with a Teferi.
Now 1 in hand.
1, yep.
What is that Teferi realistically doing? I guess it's just stopping all of my later counter spells.
Good. Good.
I'm definitely casting this Archmage's Charm in response. The only question is do I just want to draw 2 or do I want to counter the Teferi?
Fair.
And it's a close call. That's for sure. I am going to counter the Teferi.
Okay. And then I'll pass to you.
I will Thought Scour you.
Okay. Dang it. 2 answers to Ragavan.
I will dash Ragavan.
Yep.
Attack for 2.
6.
Get me another treasure. Another brick. I'll play this tapped Steam Vents and return Ragavan.
Okay.
You can go.
I'll cast Jace.
Resolves.
Hooray! Brainstorm. Okay.
Yeah.
Put these 2 back. Play Castle, and I'll pass to you.
Fiery Islet.
Okay.
Sack it.
Sure.
Serum Visions.
Okay. Still got a lot of good cards in your deck. Just gonna double check the order I put this in. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Just flooded a bit at the end of this game.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. How do I win?
And your hand must be bad if you are thinking that right now, because you're definitely at a advantageous position.
How so?
Well, you were until I got Jace and Castle.
I had one. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I just figured you just had good cards.
What cards would they be?
I don't know, counter spells?
Well, your Jace resolved, so they can't be those.
All right. Bolts and Unholy Heats?
Well, bolts are out of my deck.
Oh, yeah, thank God.
Unholy Heat only deals 2 damage.
Oh, yeah, bolts are out of the deck. Okay, I feel a lot better. I was like, dang, you still got 4 bolts left. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. I'm probably sitting there, right?
You finally realized all of the variables that are going on here.
Rob, it's going to be a good day, huh? SCG Con's coming back. Ross is already tilted. I mean, what more could I want from match 1 on Versus Live here? Wouldn't you agree?
Yorion?
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's been so long. I haven't cast Yorion in so long.
So what Thursday should maybe be?
Just all Yorion day? Yeah. Everybody was so mad. I played Yorion all the time, so you beat it out of me. You won, Twitch chat.
Okay, both on the bottom.
Okay.
Dash Ragavan.
Okay.
Attack you.
All right, I'm going to sack this.
Brings you to 5.
I unfortunately think I have to go to 3 because I do not have another basic planes because I exiled it. So I'll make a 1/1.
I will Unholy Heat it before
Okay.
blocks.
Okay.
Put you to 1.
I'm down to 1. You get Wall of Omens. Oh no.
Up to 4 treasures.
Yeah. Down to 3.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that.
Why?
Because then you just bounce it with Jace and play with Wall of Omens.
Oh yeah. Dang it.
That would be very bad for me.
Yeah. That sucks for you.
You can go.
Okay, I'm at 1, so the Scalding Tarn top deck wasn't great. I'll start with a Brainstorm. Okay, I will put Scalding Tarn away. And this card. Now, let's go with Wall of Omens. Resolve.
Yeah.
Then I have a Expressive Iteration. Oh, mama. Let's put this to my hand. Helix over here. This on bottom. And a Helix you.
That's your 3rd spell, correct? Wall, Iteration, Helix.
Yep.
I'll counter unless you pay 4.
I will not pay. All right, I got a Expressive Iteration. I better not. Okay, I'll pass to you. Well, actually, yeah, I'll pass to you. Actually, yeah, I'll pass. Sorry, I was actually contemplating something else there.
Island go.
Okay, thank God.
I have one hope in this game.
What is it?
You should be able to figure it out.
I don't know. All right, Brainstorm.
Yep.
You're gonna deck me? Okay.
I have 24 in library after this Brainstorm resolves.
I'm gonna put these back. I'm going to. What did I put back again? Okay. Shark Typhoon? Dang it.
No.
Dang it. All right. Wall of Omen? Pass. Come on, I was just trying to make Twitch chat happy and you had to be the buzzkill?
Serum Visions.
Yep. It's been an absurd game. It's been an absurd match.
Both on the bottom.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, all right. Brainstorm. Don't want these lands. Teferi.
Yep.
Red, blue, Expressive Iteration. And not even gonna play it yet. Might not play it at all. Then let's just Expressive Iteration again. Put this to my hand, this over here, this on bottom. Play this, this goes over there, that goes over there. And tick up to Fairy, and I'll pass to you.
Serum Visions.
Yep.
Both on the bottom.
Okay.
Thought Scour you.
Here we go. Okay. No, the shark. That's what I was looking for. I think that might be my last one. No, okay. Done?
Yep.
All right. Draw. Tick up on you. You can have it. Tick up. Play a land. And pass to you.
Misty go.
1-1. And that's all I want to do. Tick up on you. Get rid of that one. Tick up on Teferi. All right, I'll bounce a Wall of Omens. Okay, I'll attack for 1.
Yep.
And I'll play wall. You're at 14, right?
Yeah.
And then I will pass to you.
Expressive iteration.
Dang it, that's what I put on bottom. Okay.
Let's put that one there. Exile Visions.
Okay.
Play Visions.
Okay.
One on top, one on bottom.
Okay.
Sack a treasure, cast Murktide Regent.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. End step. Solitude. And then make a token. I'm not going to exile that. Untap. Draw. Tick up on you. Bottom. Path that. And then attack for 5. Shoot a 9. I go up to 4.
Yep.
And play this land, and I'll pass to you. Oh, good old control games. There's nothing like them. Nothing like them.
Unholy Heat the Solitude.
Okay.
Murktide Regent.
Okay.
Ragavan.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
End step, prismatic ending that. Make a 1/1. And deal you 8 damage. And then I'll bounce this. Oh, yeah. Well, that game was close. That one was really close. But, I mean, you did what you had to do. You got under me with the creature that I had very awkward answers. And when you were thinking of countering this, my hand was Rest in Peace Teferi, prismatic ending. So I'm like, if you counter Rest in Peace, I now have an answer for Ragavan. But otherwise, that card was doing nothing for me. And, in fact, I shuffled it away because, like, you just never played it. You dashed it. Like, and that was tough, you know?
Yeah, dashing it late when you didn't have a wall worked out really nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just came, like, game was close. It just came down to me flooding a little bit towards the end. And I also had a Flusterstorm that I kept early on in the game instead of a counter spell because it was often an iteration.
Yep.
And that exact turn, I only had 1 mana up. So I figured I might need it that turn or might want it later. And it ended up just being blank for the entire game. And if that was an actual counter spell late in the game and I'm able to counter the
Jace, I think, was the first thing that stuck.
Yes.
Yeah, Jace drew me like 15 cards. So
Yeah, and if I'm able to counter that Jace, then I think I can win that game. So there was that one small decision where at the time it felt like having a 1-mana counterspell was valuable, but it just ended up not turning out to be.
And I think on top of all that, I think we can both agree after playing this matchup out, it's not a good matchup for you.
Yeah,
it does not seem good. Like this seems like the deck that Prey's against. I would love to try this up against Hammer Time to see if that's actually true that it's good, but it seems like it. 4 bolts, 4 prismatic endings, a path, like walls don't really do much against them, but it seems like it at least would have game. But I could see that one kind of going either way.
That said, I think I could sideboard, I could set up a much better sideboard for the matchup. If I had some Jaces of my own, some Planeswalkers to be able to force through with my counter spells. Yeah. You outside of the burn, you don't answer those particularly well.
Yeah.
And the generate card advantage, that sort of incredible card advantage of my own. You do have some Sharks to pressure them, but I can stop those to some degree. So
but when you just thought scour all my Sharks away, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so, as is, like, you're very well set up against the red 1-drops.
Yeah.
That's clear. And then, your backup removal generally all matches up well against Murktide Region. That's the Teferis, the 1 path in the main deck, and the verdicts.
3 verdicts, 3 Teferis. Like right there is just, and a Solitude and a path. That's 9 answers for Murktide with simultaneously having, 15 answers to 1-drops. That's more than any deck we're seeing right now by a lot. Also another thing that I was thinking, I was like, this deck seems great in the metagame, unless big old bad Primeval Titan comes back. Good luck trying to beat this deck against Amulet, or trying to beat Amulet with this deck. You're going to die badly.
And so
badly,
to me, the emergence of a deck like this is a great sign, because right now the way I had looked at the modern metagame was we're just going to see these red 1-drop decks dominate. And there'll be a new deck here and there, whether it's Colossus Hammer or food decks or whatever, that on any given weekend could be good, but isn't going to be the same week to week. We have a deck that is this well set up to beat these red 1-drops. Now you can start really seeing metagame.
Now the gears shift. Yes, now the gears shift. I agree. This deck and Yellow Hat is the saving grace to Modern right now, because I don't want to say it was getting stale, but we were starting to head down that path where I would start to say that. Yeah. Right? You can only lose to Ragavan so many times before you're like, okay, this is getting old. You can only lose to Hammer Time so many times. But if you get a deck like this, it pushes these decks into either changing the way they are, or let's say your new favorite deck is this Is It Murktide deck because you're dominating with it, right? But your other deck that you played a lot of was Amulet. And you're like, well, right now I'm playing against this control, I'm losing a lot. I'm going to play Amulet again. And then the Jeskai decks are like, oh no, now I got to maybe move this back and play my other deck. And that's exactly what you're saying. The metagame shifts, and that's healthy for a Modern format. And I've always said Modern is a self-correcting format. It's just when there's cards that are too good, it doesn't self-correct. Oko Opal was one. Those were just the best things you could be doing, and it was not correcting. It was beating everything. Yeah. Even Titan, you had so many gusts for that. It was beating everything. It was beating Burn. But I don't think we're at the level with just 1-drops that can be killed. I don't think they're as powerful as Oko or Mox Opals. So,
and I think even more importantly, a card like Wall of Omens, it answers every Ragavan.
Yeah.
They draw 3. If you draw 1 bolt and they draw 2 Ragavans, you're in rough shape. If you draw 1 Wall of Omens and they draw 2 Ragavans, they're in rough shape.
Yeah.
So the blanking those creatures on the battlefield and then rest in peace doing similar things to Murktide Region and Dragon's Rage Channeler is a much better plan than just trying to answer each one on a 1-for-1 basis.
Yeah.
You still do need to answer them on a 1-for-1 basis a lot of the time, but the fact that it's not your only plan is a huge upgrade in how stable your strategy is against theirs, and just how consistently you're going to be able to implement it.
Totally agree. So I'm pretty excited about this. I'll be streaming this sometime this week. That deck was fun, right up my alley. Hat's usually my deck soulmate as well. Any deck he builds, I'm all about it. Any deck I build, he's usually about it. It's pretty fun. So, all right, that's going to do it for our first round, y'all. We got plenty more Magic to come, so we're going to take a short 5-minute break. We'll be right back with round number 2 here on Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say, Jeskai Control never dies, Rob.
Jeskai Control never dies, Rob.
Good point. Good point. It really doesn't. Always comes back. Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and zaburns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games, and he will get his favorite one sent over to us. We are playing some more Modern because, well, it's awesome. I mean, that's the short part of it. It is still great. You know, we've been looking at the deck lists from the challenges. We pay attention to streamers and all this stuff throughout the week. And, you know, if it starts to get stale, believe it or not, we're not going to play it. But it's not. That's not the case. We're seeing metagame shifts now. We're seeing some decks continue to do well. But even in the first challenge we looked at, 0 hammer time. You know, so I think
plenty lingering in that top 16, top 32.
Yeah.
So you know the deck was there, but people were able to beat it.
Yeah, people are aiming onto it. And that's what I thought going into last weekend, that it was like, this would not be the weekend that I would pick to play Hammer Time. So whenever you see a deck that's 4 of in a top 8, that's your number one concern from every Spike player going into a Modern challenge. They're like, I want to be good against this deck because it won so much. People are going to pick it up that don't even know how to, you know, that don't play the deck regularly. And that's kind of what happened, it seemed like anyways. But we're just playing some more fun decks today. I'm going to be playing the Indomitable Creativity deck, getting into my Giant Dragon, trying to take all the extra turns with Time Warp and Savor the Moment. Just a really cool deck that has been doing pretty well.
Yeah, this is one of your solid Tier 2 archetypes.
Yep.
If you're the kind of person that doesn't want to play the Tier 1 decks, this one does quite well. I know we played it in our Amulet Titan Gauntlet a couple weeks ago. It crushed Amulet.
You destroyed me.
Yeah. And so now we're going to put it up against a more sort of fair matchup, see what it can do when there's more disruption.
Yeah.
And this is a Rakdos mid-range deck that Spider Space, one of my favorite streamers, by the way.
Spider Space?
Yeah. Normally plays a lot of Death and Taxes in Modern.
Okay.
But has been playing this version of Rakdos, which sort of mashes the Rakdos, Luris deck and the food decks together.
Yeah.
So you can't use Luris as a companion with Oval Face Daredevil and Street Wraith. But you get that Asmore engine, and then you still have Ragavan and Dragon's Rage Channeler, and you have Urza Saga. So it's just Rakdos, all the busted cards.
Okay.
That's basically the deck.
I really thought you were trying to say Aspiring Spike, but you just stumbled over your words so much.
No.
I was like, wait, what?
Different person.
Okay, cool. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, but a very cool looking deck. Just gives the deck a little bit more sort of robustness to it with that engine.
Okay.
And you're not quite as disruptive as the regular Rakdos list because some of the discard is in the sideboard.
Yeah.
But definitely still have a good clock, and the Asmore gives you a clean answer to Velomachus in the main. Which normally you would struggle to answer unless you had Terminate.
Yep.
Holding up 2 mana can be tough. So in this matchup in particular, having that ability to do that will make you think twice about going for that combo.
Well, hopefully I'll be Velasmachusing you instead of getting Velomachus here.
No.
Okay. It was worth a shot. All right, I'm guessing you want to go first?
Yes.
Well, this hand is really good if the top of my deck is good to me.
Sounds like a perfect Corey keep.
It sure does.
God, this just does not seem very good.
Yeah. Well, join the club. No, seriously, we meet on Wednesdays, so we just keep hands over and over. It's a group chat where we're like, hey, would y'all keep this 7? And it's always like, yes, we would.
I'm going to try it, but I don't like it.
I'm going to try it too, but I also don't like it.
I'm going to play a bauble and bauble myself.
Okay. Well, you have card manipulation and you didn't snap keep it? Huh.
I will play a Black Leaf Cliffs and pass and draw.
Okay. I will draw this magic card. All right, I'll take 2. Play some hard evidence. All right.
Oh my God.
Is that bad for you? Because it's really not a good card. Okay, I think I just need clues here, Rob. Nope, no clues. For now, I'm going to use a treasure until Rob gets me those, but this is a clue. Unless I'm blind, but I don't think so. You brought the crab, so you were thinking the card. Oh, thank you for bringing those to me just now, Rob, and I didn't miss them at all. I appreciate you. What do we do without him?
Not a whole lot, to be honest. I'm going to go to 17.
Thanks, Rob, for having those tokens at your desk to bring to me.
Yeah,
quickly.
I wish chat had a camera angle where they could have just seen me pointing at them.
But I just told you. that you brought them. So Twitch chat should really always, listen and just know that I'm always telling them the truth.
I'm going to go to 17
Okay.
to fetch for a Blood Crypt, and I have a Ragavan and a DRC.
Get crabbed.
Pass the turn. Can't block both.
That's true. That's true. Well, was not a great draw. Have a Dwarven
Tap Dwarven
Mine.
Mine, yeah, it's not that good.
Go.
Draw.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Bone Shards, discarding Oval Chase Daredevil.
That's discard, not sacrifice? Oh, it's either or.
Hit the crab.
Okay, would you like
Triggers
to
the
survey?
roll,
Yeah.
Yeah, Seasoned Pyromancer, you can go to the graveyard too.
Wow. Bone sharding an 0/3 crab. What have you become?
I would like to attack for 5.
All right, I'll bolt that. Take 3?
Yep, brings you to 15.
Yep.
Then I'll play Mishra's Bauble and return the Daredevil to my hand.
Okay.
And pass the turn, upkeep, Bauble you.
Crap.
Can't cast that one?
Sack a clue. Pass the turn.
Okay, upkeep, draw from Bauble.
Yeah.
Draw for turn. I will attack for 3.
Okay, 12.
I will Croxy you.
I got plenty to discard. I'm gonna get rid of Savor the moment.
And then I'll crack a Mire, go to 16, get
Okay.
a Mountain, and play a DRC.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I'd like to top deck a land. Did it. Now let's go with. We got options. I'll definitely crack. Go to 11.
Probably getting a Sacred Foundry.
I would love to get a Temple Garden. I highly doubt I have one of those, though.
Yeah. You're a Dwarven Mine deck.
Yeah.
Well, your hands are mountains.
So I think we have to get. It's probably just Sacred Foundry.
That would bring you to 9.
Yep. And I am going to make a treasure and loot. I draw 2. Discard 1 and 2, and then ending one of these. Pass to you.
Attack for 3.
8.
To 6, you mean?
Oh, yeah, I had to take 2. Yep. I'd prefer 8.
I'm going to crack a Mire, go to 15.
Okay.
Which is mildly tilting to be at a multiple of 5 against a 5/5 flyer.
I think we're ways away from that one.
Well, that's good to know. Because I'm just Croxing you.
Yeah.
Can I maintain Delirium? 2, 3. I don't think I can, yeah. I'm 1 short of being able to do that.
Okay.
So I will exile all my creatures. So you're going to have to probably kill Croxa or... Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to discard Ren and 6.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
This could be a creativity turn with just fetch land creativity.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like that's what Corey has.
You are correct. So instead, I'm going to play a land. I'm trying to think if it's possible for me to not lose to Bolt. I don't think it is unless I were to get really lucky. But no, I don't even... Yeah, I don't think I can do that. So I am going to just prismatic ending this and go like this and pass to you.
2 in hand.
2 in hand.
Okay, well, I will play a Croxa.
Discard.
Attack you for 3.
3. No Bolt.
No, but I've just got a cookbook. Pass the
Okay.
turn. Or I guess I surveil. I am gonna keep that.
Okay. I have a Teferi. Bounce. Then I'll play a land and I'll pass to you.
Okay, end step, make a food return.
Yep.
Actually,
Yeah, do you want to return?
maybe not, so I can Croxa next turn. You have 1 card in hand?
1 card.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay.
Make a food with the DRC and Croxa you.
Mm-hmm.
Pass the turn.
Okay. I will sack this.
At a 2.
We're living life on a prayer. Get a Dwarven Mine.
This is, I should have a second food. These are treasures.
Yeah, they're not that.
They all hold.
All right, I have a dwarf. All right, I will just draw this. Oh, never mind, it was it. I can also destroy your Croxa. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's do that.
An artifact or creature is revealed?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So now we each reveal. I know what I'm hitting, but...
I have an Oval Chase Daredevil.
Yep, you sure do. I'm going to Valismachus you. That's a lot of time warps, though. That's all my time warps. Does it shuffle after this?
No, they go to the bottom.
Crap.
Oh, no,
Any order?
it says shuffle.
And shuffle their library. Oh, thank God.
Okay.
So I can just pick up the deck and find it, I guess. That's
Yeah,
easier.
yeah.
That's easier. All right. Top 7. And we're hoping to take a couple turns. You want to cut?
It's empty-handed.
I had a creativity in my hand. You just made me discard it. I'll attack.
Top 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we'll savor the moment. Let's just get exiled or something. Random, bottom in random order.
I'm at 10.
Okay. I'll take up to fairy, I suppose. All right. Don't untap. Attack. 1, 2, 3. You're dead. Not bad. Not bad. Well, I think we got our clip, Rob. Round the clip machine. It's Corey getting creative. Yeah, not bad. Honestly, it was this weekend that I played this deck in Historic, but it just goes into comas and stuff like that. And I learned this weekend I just had the craziest match against Izzet Phoenix where they had a 10/10 Sprite Dragon and then a 6/6 Sprite Dragon. And I creativity'd for 3 on their 2 big creatures, and then 1 on my own, got Coma, then cast Anger. They got Phoenix off of it, and they already had 2 Phoenixes in play, so I just angered away all the Phoenixes, and then started the turn from there when I was at 1 or 2. It was an insane game. It was absolutely insane. All right, Rob, do you got any questions from us? Or questions for us, I guess?
Yeah, we had 2 that were kind of close.
Nice. What we got?
So first up, Heptagon wanted to know,
bud.
Do you think that there's a spot for the Golgari Yawgmoth deck right now? And then also similar to that, the Blind Eternity wanted to know, do you feel that there's room for a fair green-black X deck to work in this kind of meta?
So the green-black food deck, it has kind of went by the wayside. I think blue-black has been kind of just figured out to be the better version like that. Like Feasting Troll King, whenever it's really good, then that deck can be good, but I really don't know. I don't know how to answer that one because I haven't been seeing it, but I don't know why.
About
the Golgari food deck, to start with that one.
Well, you just haven't been seeing any food decks at all for the most part. Like very few of the Dimir ones. So part of it is just people figuring out how to combat that deck. Yeah. And so much of it is focused on the engine. It's not as adaptable as other decks would be.
True. Like EE is just a card that just destroys all of them. And we
EE, Kataki, Stony Silence, all these cards have been a big part of sideboards now. And I think the deck.
Would you say the kitchen's closed?
Sort of. And as far as fair Golgari decks, what is green giving you? It used to be that you splashed green so that you got Tarmogoyf in your deck.
Because it was the biggest creature,
And then Scavenging Ooze gave you some Graveyard Hate was a solid creature. Bloodbird Elf was okay at the top of your curve. Wrenn and 6 became a really big draw last year. Now it's down to just Wrenn and 6. None of the green creatures are better than the options in other colors.
Agreed. So I think Wrenn and 6 is a fine reason to put yourself into Jund. Fair Jund, it's okay. I still wouldn't even play Tarmogoyf. I think Tarmogoyf is just bad. But the best green-black fair deck is Rakdos Lurrus. And it's just not green, but it is a black-red deck. So if you really love that style of Magic, Rakdos Lurrus from Aspiring Spike is the way to go from that avenue, I would think.
And maybe you could just put Wrenn and 6 in that deck if you really wanted to. I'm not sure if it's worthwhile. It does give you another card type to help a little bit with Delirium.
I think Wrenn and 6 is really good right now, just because it kills Ragavan and Channeler and all the Hammer Time stuff. I think Blue Red, Murktide, and Hammer Time are the biggest decks, and Wrenn is good against both of them. Not amazing, but good.
You get some Veils in your sideboard. That's going to be good.
No, that actually sounds kind of nice.
Maybe you want some Ancient Grudges in your board. I don't know.
Get Froggy.
Why
not?
So green is not going to give you that much. It's now, instead of being a black-green base splashing red for removal, it's now a black-red base splashing green for utility cards.
And Veil out of the sideboard. It is kind of crazy how bad green got affected with all these amazing red creatures and blue creatures. Who would have guessed? But
it's like what happened when Deathrite Shaman was printed and it made green mana creatures way worse because now every other color also got mana creatures. But then green didn't have things to match what the other colors did that green didn't do. And now all these other colors in Modern have really good, efficient creatures, and green's just looking over here like, what the...
So 2020 was just green creatures just got all these extra abilities where they're drawing cards, they're unbeatable planeswalkers. Everything is just too busted in green, and then the pandemic hits. Now the pandemic is, we're getting back into the real world. 2021 is just green is now terrible, but real life events comes back. I'm fine with it. I'll put the green cards in my binder to the back and just still go attend tournaments. I'll take that trade.
That's where we are.
All right, great questions, though, you two. Appreciate those. All right.
I will keep my hand.
Yeah, I think I'll keep. This one's better.
I'm going to go to 17.
Okay.
Let's get myself a Blood Crypt.
Okay. What are you doing with said Blood Crypt?
I'm going to play a Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Okay.
And I will play a Mishra's Bauble and the Surveil 1.
Ooh, he finally remembered it. You forgot off your Bauble last game. I didn't tell you because I want you to learn your lesson.
How am I supposed to learn that?
That's Strixhaven.
Team BCW is naturally going to be coming back, right? And we gotta brain it, the Bauble triggers into Ross,
Okay, I'll leave that on top.
Okay.
Bauble you. Pass the turn.
Okay.
You're on your upkeep.
I will play this, and then I'll pass to you.
Hey, draw for turn.
Okay. I have this magic card.
Here's a Saga.
Okay.
Cookbook Surveil.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, about that.
Leave that on top.
Okay.
Attack for 1.
19.
Play a Ragavan.
Ragavan. Okay.
Pass the turn.
I'll go to 18. I'm gonna get that Triome. A Triome. I guess I have options. I'm gonna get the Jeskai one. All right. It's a good turn 1, turn 2 there, I must say. And you left it on top?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna prismatic ending. But what? This is safe. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I can't give you Ragavan. All right. And then I'll play this and I'll pass. I must say, I did have an absolute blast with the creativity deck in Historic this weekend. Played the Inside event, and yeah, it was a ton of fun. Until I punted and missed top 8 because of it. But other than that, great time. But, you know.
Okay. I'm going to pitch Shadow Spear to the cookbook.
Whoa. Okay, I guess Asmore is coming.
Play Asmore.
Okay.
Get another cookbook.
Okay. This is on chapter 2 as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Play a cookbook and surveil. Or I'm going to fetch first. With this Mire.
Okay.
16. Get a mountain.
Okay. Now cookbooking.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Land can go there. And I've got another Ragavan. And an attack for 1.
All right, the beats.
17, 16.
Yep.
You can go.
I'll go to 16. I'll get the other Triome. All right. I have a land. Pass the turn.
Draw.
Yep.
Trigger on the stack. I will make a construct.
Okay.
Where are you, Matthias? Then resolve this trigger.
Sure.
Get another cookbook.
Okay.
I would like to declare tax.
Sure.
We'll attack.
So you're delirious now because of enchantment, right? Or is that just a land? I don't even know.
It's still enchantment, but it's
Okay.
I only have enchantment land artifact.
I'll get wrecked.
Yeah. Attack for 6.
All right. I'm going to Prismari command, deal 2, destroy target artifact. Then I'll take 6.
Yeah, because now I'm delirious
Yeah.
with your take 6, go to 10.
Yep.
Pass turn.
Well, I hope you didn't draw a Daredevil.
Yeah.
I got Dwarven Mine, and then I'll creativity it.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to search for it. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Thought that was kind of a cute little play.
Yeah. It stops me from getting up to the 2 food I needed.
Yep.
Fortunately for you, I drew Daredevil.
No! Wow, you are the devil.
I'll make 3 foods. I'll sack 2 of them. I'll kill your dragon. Still got one left over here.
Wow. Go. I'm dead. I'm straight dead.
Yeah, you're
So,
dead.
Corey, I think I found the clip.
It was the last game, right? It was the last game where you found the clip.
I can dash.
Jeez. All right, I guess I can't really talk. I would say you're so very lucky, but I got we're even after this match. Okay, we each got incredibly lucky at very key points. Wow, that was absurd. That was absurd. Dang it! I thought I had such a cool play. I set that up so nicely. Oh,
you did set it up so nicely.
What an
for me.
Absolute jerk. All right. Well, Ross is a jerk. Step one. Step two, we're going to head to sideboarding, and I'm going to try to stop his jerkiness from happening again. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with sideboarding here on Versus Live. All right. Welcome back to Versus Live, everybody. We are sideboarding here in Jeskai Creativity up against Rakdos Midrange. On my end, just taking out the Teferis. They're not very good. Teferi has been actually a card that we've been seeing a lot added, and I think it's solely because of Murktide. It's just a great 2-for-1 answer for it, and it's good in a lot of matchups, and you do want to protect your dwarves here because they're very easy to interact with as far as the combo goes. So I could be wrong on this. I really could, but I think all 4 of these removal spells are great. So I'm just going to try that. I'm going to try to just answer your creatures and treat this as more of a control deck and then eventually combo you for funsies.
Yeah, and I'm going to do the same thing, just upgrading my disruption in the matchup. Yeah. Lightning Bolt can interrupt the combo by killing the dwarf in response to creativity, but you know, there are times where you get late enough in the game where you're able to fetch twice and make 2 dwarves and creativity for 2, and then 1 lightning bolt does nothing.
Yep.
And it's just generally the fact that it doesn't do anything else. Like maybe it can kill a Ren and 6 after you've already killed a DRC.
Or I can creativity just a treasure. You know, like then it's like nice bolt.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. If you make a treasure off Prismari command, same thing. So it doesn't even necessarily do that, and that's the best thing it does.
Yeah.
So just not a very good piece of disruption in the matchup. Instead, we get some discard and Thoughtseize. We get a Pithing Needle to find off of Urza Saga, which can name Ren and 6. It can name different fetch lands to stop you from getting Dwarven Mine.
Yeah.
I think that's worth it. And then 1 Big Game Hunter, which is great because it kills the dragon if I have a cookbook in play. And so this is just a card that can hide out in my hand, and Corey has to be really worried of it.
That's big game.
It is a big game.
I mean, you're just going to draw whatever you want here if we're going by what happened last game, you know?
Well, we go by the game before.
What happened that one? I only think 1 game at a time. So
See, that last game was
so I'm winning for the marbles then. I think 1 game at a time, right?
Dang it.
The last one was like a perfect, call an ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah. Somehow, can we get a clip of both of those combined? Like, is that possible where we can clip like my ridiculous moment into him and be like, it's Luxac Day here on Versus Live?
The answer is probably no, because Ross always takes too long and I only can do a minute.
That's true. Okay, well, classic. So, it's Ross's fault.
It is honestly very funny when I have to cut a clip for social that it's like a lot of times I have to pick Corey because Corey, you just go through and do your thing and it's funny. Ross has to think, do a thing, think,
troll, think, yeah. I hope you're ready to go back into the real world where people are going to be like, Judge, he has to play faster. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. You're going to be like, what? Excuse me?
No, I don't.
I wanted to tell you about, some random piece of poetry or something mid-game. And be like, actually, no, you have to play Magic now, Ross. And you're like, oh.
This is playing Magic.
Dang it. Yeah, if you say so. Well, this is slightly awkward. Oh, wait, no, this is really awkward. Okay, I'm already out of mulligan, and I don't have all my colors. I'm just going to mulligan just because of Velomachus in my hand.
Okay, I'm going to keep my hand.
Okay.
Here's a question.
What we got?
For you, Corey, especially. Yeah. What Halloween costume should you be wearing for SCG Con?
Oh, yeah, I don't know what costume I'm probably not going to wear a costume to the event, but the after event celebration.
Oh, come on.
We better have a costume party somewhere. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll be asked to be in the booth and I can be Ron Burgundy. That would be cool. Ross, what costume are you going to be? Your usual Al Borland?
Yes.
Okay, I knew it. AKA just the clothes you wear all the time?
Yeah. AKA I'll tuck in the plaid shirt.
Yes.
We call that a costume.
Grab the tool belt, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this hand is really good if I top deck something I need, and pretty bad if I don't, but I'm already on a mulligan. So, I think I'm going to try to keep it and probably lose miserably.
It is the preferred way
To
for you
lose?
to lose, yes. My preferred way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put this on the bottom, and I'll play this, and I'll pass to you. This deck really draws some clunkers, though. Oh, my God. Draw some absolute winners and then some absolute losers.
I'll cycle a Street Wraith.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
Those were not good draws.
Good, good, good. Discard.
I'll play a DRC.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, I'll crack this and I'll run that. Can you guess what I needed?
You're at 17.
I think I'll just get a stomping ground. I need green, so it's got to be that. Yep.
Okay, well, that's not the worst. I will play an Urza Saga and dash Ragavan to kill the red.
No! You leave Ren alone.
And I'll pass.
I still needed that, believe it or not. Well, this feels kind of bad, but I'm going to take 2, and I'm going to savor the moment.
Brings you to 15.
Yeah. And then pass to you.
I will play a mountain and pass the turn.
Okay. I will draw and pass the turn.
End step, I'll make a construct.
Okay.
Go to my turn.
Yep.
Draw. Trigger on the stack. Make a construct.
I will bolt this one.
Sure.
Then yeah, go ahead.
Resolve the trigger.
Yep.
Get a cookbook.
Okay.
Then I will play a Bloodstainmire and pass the turn. Oh, sorry, I had a bauble too.
Okay. I will Dwarven Mine, make a dwarf.
Yep.
And then I will Time Warp,
Sure.
untap, a draw. Then I'm going to go for it.
Creativity resolves.
Oh, I have a feeling I shouldn't be as excited as I am. What do you got for it?
What do you think? I've got Big Game Hunter.
Oh my God.
It's a big game.
God, you're one of?
Oh yeah, Basic Swamp 17. It's got food.
All right. Pass to you.
Oh baby,
That was big game.
it was. End step, I'm gonna bauble you.
Okay.
Pretty good card.
Is it?
It's worth a lot of money.
Ran in 60 tickets?
Not quite that much.
Oh, okay, okay. Am I top taking Ragavan somehow?
Upkeep, draw from bauble.
Sure.
Then I'll draw for turn.
Okay.
So, play an Urza Saga.
Okay.
Play Seasoned Pyromancer.
Okay.
I'm going to discard Oval Chase Daredevil and Blood Crypt. Get 1 token.
Okay.
Draw 2.
Sure, sure. This is all fine.
Then I will play a bauble, return the Daredevil.
Okay.
Let's make another food.
Yep.
Discarding that Daredevil and returning it.
Good call.
And then I will attack for
This young man better be invited to this tournament, by the way. He's got to defend his title. It's been so long.
2, 4, 5, 6 total.
All right, down to 9.
Get a 9, and I'll pass the turn.
How good is this card?
It's Arid Mesa.
All right, I'll go for it.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have another big game hunter, Mr. Sassy Pants? Balasmakis.
I guess I should have dashed Ragavan last turn to try to take the Arid Mace off the top of your deck.
Yeah, but then who knows? Maybe I had an Arid Mesa in hand and I draw into creativity. Like it's all just what you think I have. And I haven't been doing anything, so it's definitely a possibility that I could have either. So, all right, attack.
Yep.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's time warp. Bottom in random order. So take 5.
I'm at 12.
All right. I'll untap. A draw. Bang.
Can already see the saver.
Yeah. Let's savor this time together.
I'm at 7.
Okay. Would you say this is good?
Oh, just drew 3 lands off the top. I wanted to play Seasoned Pyromancer and like find something, but I just drew a bunch of lands.
Let's see what I would have hit if I needed it. Yeah, Prismari Command would have been enough, and there's another saver. Wow. Well, that was another game I didn't think I was going to win. I just, and honestly, I was tanking at the beginning of the game whether or not to put, I had 2 Time Warps, 2 Creativities, which one I wanted to contemplate to put on the bottom, and I tanked forever and switched at the last second and put the other Time Warp down.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep 2 Creativity. I have Thoughtseize in my deck.
Yeah, and that is what the conclusion I came to, but I was very close to doing it the other way, and in fact, I was leaning on it the other way just in case, because I figured I could maybe, because I had the Jeskai land, Steam Bent, Ren, all my lands, and then 2 Creativities, Time Warp. My hand is awful, but drew the fetch land to maybe turn on my whole hand, but you still dealt with Ren, so it wasn't like that took over, but it had a chance to just completely take over that game.
Oh, definitely. The Ren was going to be very good, and I had to draw the Ragavan to deal with it.
You didn't have it?
When you played it, I didn't have the answer.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, like, I autopiloted when I bobbled you and just saw Arid Mace. Was like, okay, the top card of your deck is a brick. But in this matchup, that fetch land might not be a brick.
Yeah.
I should have just dashed Ragavan that turn.
Yeah.
Because I could have dashed Ragavan and then used the treasure post combat to cast the Seasoned Pyromancer. I wouldn't have been able to Thoughtseize you had I drawn into it, but I would have put enough stuff on the battlefield to have you dead the next turn.
Oh, definitely you should have, because Ragavan only cost 1 mana to dash at that point. Because you get the treasure.
Yeah.
So, and you had 1 mana left over. So, yeah.
I was hoping to just Pyromancer into a Thoughtseizes.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about doing.
You hadn't played a land? Or you had, right?
Yeah, I had access to 4 mana. But
then honestly, it's close. It really is close.
But that's because in my head, as soon as I saw land, I thought brick.
Yeah.
Which is normally the case. But this is just a weird matchup, and I should have been more aware that fetch land is sort of part of the combo.
Right when you said it's a lot of money, I was like, okay, if it's not red and 6, I think it's a fetch land. Like, I'm like, okay, you're giving me Scalding Tarn for sure. Here we go, let's try.
and so it would have just been a blind top deck to a fetch land, and who knows what we...
And I have no idea because I shuffled and stuff, so who knows. But all right, Rob, you got a question before we go to a break before our 3rd round?
Don't at the moment.
All right, everyone. Well, that's going to do it for round number 2. The marbles are mine. But that doesn't mean we don't have pride on the line. So round number 3 will be coming up next. We're going to take a short 5-minute break. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere or else.
Hello and welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob the Booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. The marbles have already been decided, unfortunately, but Corey is now playing for the sweep in our Modern show today, and we are ending with 2 very different styles of Ephemerate deck.
Oh, yeah, we be blinking.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing an Orzhov Stoneblade deck, which we've seen quite a bit of over the last month or so.
And pretty much for the general consensus, I think they're awful. I think they're really bad. I think all of them that I've played so far, but this is different.
Yeah. So I think that the major issue that I have with them is that they are doing something that is medium powerful in addition to that Grief Ephemerate synergy.
Yep.
And in the Grief Ephemerate games, what you want is the most powerful thing that is left over. And so what I like about this list is that it has substituted a lot of the mid-range cards that they were playing for this Reanimator package that now gives you the most powerful thing that is left over, and something that you can do on a low base of resources.
Okay.
You can have turn 1 Grief Ephemerate, turn 2 Unmarked Grave, turn 3 Persist on 2 lands, and you're crushing your opponent.
You just put that giant demon into your graveyard, right?
Archon of Cruelty, you have one of the big angels that you name a card type, and your stuff is protection, and an Ashen Rider. So only 3 big creatures. No ways to very few ways to discard them. There's like a Collective Brutality and a Liliana.
Okay.
So you're an Unmarked Grave deck. There's still Stoneforge Mystic to give you a little bit of value with Ephemerate, but for the most part, Ephemerate is only targeting Grief.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So rather than try to twist the deck into being somewhat of an
protect against removal, deck, it still does that.
Yeah, it does that. So it has that role in the reanimation plan. Yeah. But in terms of generating value, it's only generating value targeting Grief.
Okay.
And so it's trying more to be a good Grief deck than a good Ephemerate deck, which I think most of the Orzhov Stoneblade decks are trying to be Ephemerate decks first.
Yeah.
And so I like that change in perspective. I think that makes more sense because Grief is really what you're trying to do, strip everybody of resources. So this one is interesting to me. I have not been a fan of the previous iterations of Orzhov Stoneblade, just like you.
Same. Yeah.
But I think this one makes some changes that really do, take some steps in the right direction towards solving the deck's problems.
Yep. Oh, good grief, man. Good grief. We'll see how it is. So I'm going to just be playing elementals. There's just a lot more value we're going to be taking. We have to play a lot of the evoke creatures, Fury, Endurance, and Solitude. So we really get to play all 3 of the Naya ones.
Omnath lets you pitch to any of them, which is really cool.
Yeah. We have subtleties on the board to go full trifecta, but
that's superfecta.
Yeah, I love that we're playing all the evoke creatures in these 2 decks, just every single one of them somewhere. So it should be sweet. I'm going to be gaining a lot more value with my Ephemerate. I got a lot more targets.
Much more of an Ephemerate.
Yeah, but also just Utopia Sprawl gets overloaded here. It's a very good card in this deck, and it's kind of needed, as well as Wrenn 6 to help with your mana base, because, the mana cost is all over the place in this deck. Yeah, but it should be pretty sweet.
The real key card here is Risen Reef, because with the evoke creatures, now you're not losing card advantage.
Yeah.
So you end up replacing that card advantage, and you're generating, really good, really powerful effects for low amounts of mana, and then eventually you get enough mana where you're casting them normally and generating absurd value. And if you generate extra mana with Omnath too, this deck can really get out of hand. So
sounds sweet. And we get to play this just because we have plenty of creatures. You normally see this in just control decks, but actually just have elementals.
So while we're both playing Ephemerate, I'm a deck that wants to play very resource light games, and Corey is a deck that wants to play very resource rich games. So completely contrasting styles.
Yeah. This should be an interesting one.
We'll see who's able to impose their will on the games. That's going to be important.
Let's battle.
If you see lots of stuff on the battlefield, Corey's winning. If you don't see much stuff, I'm winning.
Well, let's hope you're losing. How's your hand?
It looks solid to me. I'm going to keep.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep as well.
I'm going to play an Urborg, which is pretty cool because it's the one color you don't need.
Yep, that's true.
And all Thoughtseize you.
But I still want it. Okay. I could Fury in response, but I don't recommend it. Okay. I do have the combo. I can kill a lot of your creatures, but outside of that, it's just a good hand.
Yeah, so this is an interesting hand from my perspective. Do I want to just take the Utopia Sprawl and slow Corey down, or do I want to take value cards? That would probably be the Omnath. Mariner isn't that big of a deal.
Well, you can't take Mariner. You'd have to pay 1.
How do I want to play this game?
All right, I'm going to get you ready for SCG in October 29th. Judge, he's slow.
I will take the Omnath.
I concur.
Yeah, there we go. Got him.
Put me to 18.
All right.
Pass the turn.
So we're going to crack this. Let's see what we want to get.
See to 19.
definitely almost assuredly going to be taking some extra damage, unless I just want to get basic forest in case you have some kind of LD that I'm not thinking about. Might not be a bad idea, but I think I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go breeding pool, and I'm going to name white.
Okay, so you go to 17.
Okay, yep, I'll pass to you.
I'm going to sacrifice some marsh flats, get a basic plains now that I have Urborg.
Okay, so 17 all.
And I will prismatic ending the Utopia Sprawl.
Rude.
Pass turn, 17 all.
I will crack this. Almost assuredly going lower as well. So green, blue, red, white wouldn't be a bad idea. Just kind of cover all my bases. Yeah, so let's do that, and then I'll play Mariner.
So I'm at 17, you're at 14 now?
Yep. Pass to you. Not the bestest of draws. Could be better, could be worse.
Okay, I'm just going to play an unmarked grave.
Okay.
I will search for Archon of Cruelty.
That seems pretty cruel.
And pass the turn.
Okay. I have a land. And then I'll attack.
I'm at 15.
I'm going to crack this. Go to 13.
One of the awkward things about the Elementals deck is the mana base. The fact that you want Utopia Sprawl and Ephemerate means you can't overload on those 5-color lands that humans likes to play.
Yep.
It makes your mana base
That
quite
thing does make me sack a land, right?
No, it's you sack a creature or planeswalker and discard a card and lose 3 life.
Oh, okay. Still think I don't mind getting a basic here. I might regret that, but all powerful, put this into my hand. Pass to you. Don't feel good about that.
Well, I don't feel very good about this either, but
You don't have it?
no, I do not.
Oh,
I drew
hooray.
2 unmarked graves. I'm actually going to tapping Silent Clearing for black with Urborg. I'm going to Collective Brutality, Mariner, and you, which makes me pay 2 extra, because Mariner triggers when you target a permanent or the player.
And you're discarding
I'm going to discard to duress you so I can get that Ephemerate.
which ephemerate?
And you have a prismatic ending?
Yep.
So do I want the ending? I don't think ending matters really at all, so I will take an Ephemerate.
Okay.
Then I'll pass the turn.
I'll take 2 just to hold this up, and I'll pass to you.
11.
Yeah, prismatic ending does. It seems really good for you, really bad for me. Now I just want this to be right. Meow.
Okay, I will cast Grief and take the prismatic ending since you can prismatic ending Grief and hope you don't draw a red source.
That I can. Okay.
Pass a turn.
I'd be furious if I didn't. I will. That's a really interesting draw.
I don't like interesting.
You just want me to draw bad forever?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I should have known that. All right, I'll attack.
I will block.
Okay. Wasn't sure if that attack was right. I got a Harbinger.
You're right, that is an interesting.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna put Omnath on top and pass to you. It was really interesting because I could have, exiled it, but
Yeah, I've drawn another grief.
good grief. I could stack the deck so I get another card. And then I actually stack the deck so I get a third card.
Well, you still only get one card because the rest of it gets shuffled.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Resolved.
Yeah, you don't get to keep the one there.
Thanks for not letting me talk myself in a hole there.
Yeah, I will take the Ephemerate.
Okay.
Actually, will I?
Will you?
No, I'm going to take the Fury.
Okay. Done.
Yeah.
Draw. Pass.
Oh my God, I'm so close.
I don't think we're playing horseshoes or using hand grenades, though, so close doesn't really matter.
Oh, how do I play this? You got 15 to 11?
You're 15. Okay. What do you have? Rob, what does he have?
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Really? Dang it. They're probably much stronger than Magic cards. Don't they attack for like 4,000 and stuff? Like.
Yeah, I mean, you got to work to get those. So
Oh, okay.
He's just got to play his Pot of Greed, which allows him to draw 2 additional cards.
Oh, he is a greedy man.
Pass a turn.
Upkeep. Anything.
No.
Draw step. Main phase. Okay. I'm gonna play this. Name elementals. Gain 3. Gain 4.
4. Yeah. You're 15 all.
All right. I have an ephemerate. Well, I had an ephemerate.
Yeah.
Okay. Combat.
Yep. Walk.
Pass priority. Was that what puzzled you? I mean, what did you think I was going to do?
Malakir Rebirth.
Okay. When it dies, it comes back? Okay.
A little awkward here for me, but
Or you're tricking me.
that could also be true.
All right. I'll ephemerate in response.
Sure.
Okay. Draw a card.
Yep. I lose 2, go to 13.
Lose 2, go to 13. Do you?
From the
Is it only when it dies?
No, it just says you
okay.
lose 2 life.
All right. Yeah. Then I'll pass to you. It's on upkeep, right?
Yep.
What is your reanimate spell again? What's it called? It's just, is that 2 mana
Yeah.
sorcery?
Return it on legend, it gets -1 to swing enter.
Yeah. That's the new one from MH2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Attack for 3.
Yeah, I'll take it. 12.
12. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to take 1 to 12 to make a second white and overload Dam.
Damn.
Yeah. I was 1 mana short of being able to do this last turn.
Oh, that would have been cool. All right.
Here, I just want to blank the Ephemerate too. Pass the turn.
And 7 endurance.
You have a main deck endurance?
Sure do. I'll take your creatures. It's an elemental, man. I'm playing all of them.
There's 2 of them.
Flash. It's just 2 of your cards, right?
No.
Oh, but it's all the cards. Oh. Oh, okay. Guess I can do it to myself, too.
I did not think those were in the main.
Well, you're wrong.
You can't do it to both of us, so I assume you want to do
I
it
have
to
2
me.
over here as well.
Yeah.
Well, I can do next turn. I can do it to myself. You know.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Or I can just let that fizzle. Do I want these cards back? They're kind of good. It's 2 Omnaths. Do I care about 3 damage?
I would not have randomly cast that on Mark Grave if I knew you had main deck endurance. I just didn't think you did.
Well, welcome. We're trying to prep you for SCG Con in October. You won't know. You won't know. You won't have that kind of information. Yeah, why not? I'll target myself. Just put them at the bottom. Random
Yeah.
order. Okay. All right. Draw. I got an Unsettling Mariner, and I'll pass to you.
I'll sack Silent Clearing.
Okay.
Play Priest of Felt Rights.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Thought I had set up Wrath, followed up with this, and I'm in good shape, but
No such luck. That on Earths, but
apparently
you need
briefing
a
you
card.
2 times still doesn't take your best card.
I'm glad you figured that out. All right. Let's go with Fury. 2. Oh, I guess all to that. Attack for 5.
I'm at 7.
Pass to you.
I will grief you paying the 1.
Dang it. I had the other one.
Pass the turn.
Paying the 1? What do you mean? Oh, gotcha. All right. I'll play Omnath. I suppose we should do this. A draw. It's pretty good. And crunch.
Gonna chump the Fury.
Pass to you.
I'm at 2.
Nom 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 nom. You got a draw? Just another dam, I guess.
On the 1, they got shuffled back in.
Hey, there we go.
So I guess I will sack this on upkeep, go to 1.
I hope we don't have another clip in the making on our hands. Do you have the movie Friday queued up in case he does draw it? Damn.
I do not. I'm sorry, Corey.
You got time. He shuffles forever, so you got a time to make a GIF, send it to production, get it back to you, and have it queued up and ready to go.
Get the rights cleared.
Yeah, you could probably got plenty of time for that.
That'll do it.
All right. Not bad.
I thought I was in good shape most of that game, but I never found the reanimation spell, and your draws after the dam were just straight gas.
Yeah, they were. And I thought I had 0 chance in that game once you unmarked Graved early. I was like, oh, I just cannot beat that card. I just drew a Prismatic Ending and a second Ephemerate, and I wasn't able to put Fury into play. So I was like, oh, I'm pretty dead, but luckily you drew the wrong half of your deck there, essentially.
Well, I just drew 2 unmarked graves instead of 1 and 1.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But I mean, that is the trouble with those kind of cards. If you have cards that legitimately do nothing without something else, I just hate playing those kind of cards. There's some cards that just work extremely well with other cards that I'm fine doing, and they're okay on their own. But cards that just solely need help from another card just feel so bad sometimes,
Yep.
And I mean, that was my last deck too, the Indomitable Creativity. There's a lot of duds if you don't draw the right half of your deck with that kind of deck, which leads to some awkwardness, but... All right, let's battle. All right.
I will keep my hand.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep. It's not amazing or anything, but bring it.
I'll lead on a Marsh Flats and pass.
Okay. I will play a Flooded Shrine and pass to you.
I'll get a Godless Shrine on your end step.
Okay.
$19.
Okay.
Concealed Courtyard, Stoneforge.
Okay.
Get a Cauldra complete, or do I want the Batter Skull? I'm going to go for the Cauldra.
Caldra's been completed.
You're up.
I'll crack.
Corey doesn't have a lot of removal for Stoneforge Mystic, and Fury actually lines up pretty well against the Germ token if he ends up finding that later. Like, I don't think the Batter Skull actually dominates the battlefield in this matchup to nearly the same level that Cauldra does.
All right, I'll take 2.
Yep.
17. All right, I'll pitch this Solitude, Ephemerate it. Exile that twice.
So I'll gain 1.
Yep.
I'll go to 20.
Yep. Ephemerate, I'll not cast. I'll crack this for just a I might as well get a duel. For a Temple Garden. And I will play a Mariner.
Brings you to 14. And then the attack makes it 17 all.
Yep. Pass to you. I may have gotten a little overzealous by doing that because I did leave a lot of value on the table, but Stoneforge kind of eats me alive, so.
I'll play on Markgrave.
Okay.
Get Archon of Cruelty.
Okay.
And you can go.
Cruel. All right, I'll play a land and attack for 5.
I'm at 12, you're at 20.
Pass to you.
Playing Urborg and a Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay.
Yep, Batter Skull.
The skull's in.
Pass the turn.
All right, I'll crack this.
Brings you to 19.
And let's see what we got for a land. Probably no Triumphs. Yeah, that makes sense. Want to get Stomping Ground. We'll get Steam Vents. Untap. Draw. I'll declare.
No blocks.
Okay.
I'll go to 7, you go to 22.
20, yep, 22. And I have a Misty, and I'll pass to you.
And I'll persist the Archon.
All right.
Trigger.
Yep.
You sack a creature,
And discard, right?
discard a card, and lose 3 life, and I gain 3 life and draw.
Is it target player?
Nope. It's each opponent, right?
And is about target opponent. Yeah, so you got to pay.
So I pay 1.
Yep. You need to pay. All right, so then you gain 3, you go to 10, I go to 19.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll play land for turn and pass. Well, that went well.
What? Yeah, nice turn. So we need.
That's just gonna bring you to 18.
Yep. Don't have a ton of fetchable lands left. In fact, I only have 1. All right.
Ooh, no Ephemerate either? What is in your hand?
Stuff.
Thought at least Ephemerate on Solitude was happening.
I'll take 2.
You go to 16.
Okay. And you're at 10, right?
Yeah.
So you can flash in either of those, which are bad for me. So yeah, I'll pass to you.
End step, activate Stoneforge.
Yep. I'll Solitude in response.
Sure. If you Solitude in response, that might change what I do. So I'm going to gain 5 off that.
Well, you put that into play, and then I Solitude.
Oh, in response to this.
Yeah.
I was generally going to put this one in because I didn't want it to get Solituded.
Yeah.
I need a Germ. So, and I'm going to gain 5 to 15.
Okay. Pass to you. 15, 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will activate Stoneforge.
Yep.
We don't have another Germ.
Oh, didn't remember the second Germ, huh? Got you there, Rob.
Attack for 9.
I never thought we'd get here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take 9.
Brings you to 7. I gain 4 to 19.
Yep.
Play a Plains and pass the turn.
Tilt. All right, I'll play Foundation Breaker.
Sure.
Bang.
Indestructible.
Bang.
I'll return the Batter Skull.
Okay. Attack for 6.
Yeah, I go to 13. You go to 13?
Yep. And I'll pass to you.
Silent Clearing.
Okay.
Play Unmarked Grave.
Uh-oh.
Find a Sarah's Emissary. Tap this for black with Urborg.
Okay.
And Unburial Rights the Emissary.
You have that too?
I will name it Creature. Yeah, there's one so that you can Unmarked Grave for Unburial Rights.
Oh, cute. You have protection from creatures, eh?
Me and the creatures I control.
Okay, cool.
And I will attack you for 6.
All right. I'll block.
My creatures have protection from creatures.
Okay. I'll block. All right. I'll go to 7.
You go to 7. Pass the turn.
All right. I guess I need... I don't know what I need. It's probably not that. I can't beat that card. Yeah. I guess if I gain 3, I go to 10, then you still have lethal. Okay, I'm dead. GG. Yeah, that's a nasty one. When basically my whole deck's creatures.
Might be the one I should be going for first.
Yeah, probably. All right, everyone. That does it for our first 2 games. We are going to quick head to sideboarding and squeeze in one more game here on today's Versus Live. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody. Welcome back to sideboarding here. Starting off, what I'm going to be taking out, I'm going to take out the 2 prismatic endings. They seemed really bad outside of Stoneforge. And I think on the play, I'm a little bit more happy with just trying to kill it with my evoke creatures than taking out one of the Ren and 6. Still happy to draw the other one, but it's not a card I love in this matchup. In fact, the negative ability does nothing. So it's just getting lands back. I haven't really had the biggest problem with that. And then unsure about the last card to cut, so I went with the Unsettled Mariner because it's just, for the most part, a 2-mana 2/2. Bringing in Teferis to deal with that White Angel, and then Endurance to just deal with Persist. It seems like a great way to deal with it.
And then on my side, you have to assume that there's more Graveyard Hate coming in. The only card I want to bring in is another copy of Dam, which is great in this matchup, but I'm going to trim my worst reanimation card, I think, which is Priest of Felbright, just very slow.
Yep.
And sometimes you just don't have the life to pay for it. So.
Yep. I like it. All right. It's the third and final game for the sweep or not. I do need to sweep my house a little bit, so I could use this as an excuse, you know? Every time one of us wins, we naturally send each other a video of the other person just sweeping. Okay, we don't do that, but we should.
We always think about
We
doing
always
that.
think about it. For the great lengths of comedy, you know, I'm always down to go the extra mile for a very small laugh. You know, that's really my whole life and career, basically. Just based around trying to get one tiny laugh. Not big laughs or anything. Let's not get carried away.
No, the tiny laughs are the best.
Exactly. All right, Rob, you got a question at all?
I don't at the moment.
MTQ for you. All right, I'm going to be going first.
I thought of that horrible rhyme, and then I thought better of actually saying it.
Oh, I got you.
Vocalized it at first opportunity.
I got you, buddy. I got you. I wouldn't do such a disservice to our audience. Yeah, slightly awkward, but I do think this is good enough to keep, so I'm in.
I will keep my hand.
Okay, I have a Stomping Ground tap. Pass to you.
I will play a swamp. I will evoke a grief pitching Ashen Rider.
Okay. I have these things.
So the Ren and 6 currently doesn't do anything.
Oh, it does stuff. Just doesn't do relevant things.
Yeah.
Glad that that's not a plains, I must say. Oh, I guess it can still be Malachar. Dang it. No!
Which two do I want? So I'm definitely taking Risen Reef. Risen Reef is just the key card in the deck. And then Solitude and Fury both just pitch to kill the
in
Grief.
response, I'm going to kill Grief. In response to your Malachar.
okay. So that's what. Well, I'm thinking about which two. And yeah, so I have to take the Fury first. And that so I can resolve the Malachar Rebirth.
So how are you exactly doing this card?
Yeah. Well, you put the evoke triggers on the stack, then you put the ETB trigger on the stack.
Okay.
Then the Fury. I was explaining through everything. Then I take the Fury.
Well, you were doing it wrong.
Yeah. Well. Then you Malachar Rebirth the Grief, take the Risen Reef. So I was forced. I was trying to explain why I'm forced into taking the Fury.
Also, Fury doesn't have flash.
Yeah, that's also true.
Good point. I just assume they all have flash, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm definitely taking the Fury. So I'm at 18 from the Rebirth. And
I just wanted him to take Fury. I was like, this card's not even good for me, but if I can get him.
Well, I'm going to play another creature next turn. I didn't want you to just Fury both of my creatures.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I barely don't even really want to play Ren. I could and try to get one activation out of it and hope to top deck like a fetch land. Like, just does not seem very good. So I'll play a tap land past you.
Attack you for 3.
Okay.
You're at 17.
Yep.
Then I'll play a Plains and a Stoneforge Mystic.
And you're at 18, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, your draw was pretty good.
And against the Solitude, I think I'm going to get Batter Skull.
Okay.
Because if you draw in Solitude the Stoneforge Mystic, Batter Skull's easier to cast. And if you just wait for me to put Germ into play in Solitude the Germ, Batter Skull's easier to return.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done?
Yep.
All right. Elementals. Kill that.
Yep. So I'm going to gain 1 to 19.
Yep. Can't let that stuff get going, and then I'll pass to you. Kahira, you did some good work there. Did some great work.
Attack for 3.
Okay, 14.
Pass the turn.
All right. I'll take 2 and play an Omnath.
You go to 12.
12. Draw. Pass to you.
I will cast Dam on the Omnath.
Damn. Okay.
Attack for 3.
Okay.
Brings you to 9.
9.
And I'll play a tapped Overgrown Tomb and pass.
Overgrown Tomb.
Yeah, there's just one Overgrown Tomb on the list. I think for a Prismatic Ending.
Okay. I'll play Omnath that I just drew. A draw. Dang it. No land, so I'll pass to you.
Attack for 3.
6. Screef went the distance.
Unmarked Grave.
Oh, God.
Get Archon and Persistent. Do we have the Endurance?
Sure do.
Oh, my God.
Sure.
Ripped Omnath, Endurance, green card?
I guess I don't need this. Get that graveyard out of here.
Does it put on the bottom?
Bottom in random order. Yep.
This is just unbelievable.
I'm still in trouble.
How well can one man draw?
I'm still in trouble.
How?
Done? I mean, I need some lands to gain life.
Okay, or spells, and then you can contain the grief, so you're fine either way.
Bang.
Also, I don't know why I'm shuffling my deck. This is what I should be shuffling.
Yeah, there you go. 10.
Don't think I knew any part of my deck, so that's fine.
Yeah, you're good.
You either draw lands or spells, and either of them will put you ahead.
Unsettled Mariner.
Yep.
Attack for 4.
And the 15.
Okay, I'll pass to you.
Attack for 3.
All right, 7.
Play a Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay.
Get the other equipment.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because you do it in response.
Yep.
Sure. Put a Persist in my graveyard.
Okay.
Because I put it on the bottom anyway. It didn't affect my draw, so we're good.
Yeah, and step I'll crack.
So you're going to go down to 6, up to 10?
Yep. Guess we need another white source, so we'll go like that. All right, untap. Draw. That was a good one. Sure, I'm tapping this like a fool. Yeah. In case we get like Ephemerate. I got a Teferi.
Yep.
I will bounce Stoneforge. Draw. Don't truly care about that. That was probably the worst draw in my deck. So we got 10 to 15?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll attack for 6.
I go to 9.
And pass to you.
Attack to Fairy.
Dead.
I'm going to play a fetch and just cast the Batter Skull.
So you got 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I was hoping you would do that.
As opposed to playing a 1-2?
Yeah. Just based on what I have. But I drew an even better card. Maybe that's not actually better. That probably isn't. All right, because I had Foundation Breaker the whole time. And then I'll attack. Put you to 2. You were at 8,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then I'll pass to you. Rob, do you need any light brooming? Any sweeping done at your house? Because I think I'm going to have to do some
3.
sweeping here.
Yeah, you're welcome to come over.
Yeah.
I drew Dam.
Oh, no. That's pretty
Overload that.
good. Okay. All right, I take that back.
You can go.
All right, Fury. Pass to you.
Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to Unmarked Grave now.
Okay.
In case I draw the Unburial Rites.
Okay.
I could also just put the Unburial Rites in my graveyard and make sure I have another blocker next turn. That doesn't seem very good. If I had 6 mana, that would feel a lot better because then I could draw the other Unmarked Grave.
Mm-hmm. Just in chump block duty?
Yeah. Squire is chump blocking, that's for sure. And I have to assume that you're just going to play some other creature next turn, and they're all good.
That's true.
Because you've just gotten to 5 lands and stopped every game.
There it is. I knew the salt was coming.
Yeah, I'm just going to put the Archon in there.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Well, I'm still worried that last card is Ephemerate, but I don't think I should play around it. Just because Archon, if I just attack, let you chump, Archon could actually do something. So yeah, I'll go for it.
No, it's the other 7-drop.
Oh. Yeah, I drew pretty well. Not going to lie. Except this Utopia spell. That was not a good draw. So pretty unlucky on my part, but... Well, yeah, you were right, though. It was like, if you can contain me, you know, in the early game and just do your thing while you're being proactive, then, you know, it looks pretty bad for me. But given time, I have a lot of cards that just draw me other cards. And I never even played Risen Reef, and I think that's the best card in my deck.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is the most disappointing part from my side, is that I kept you off your best card every game.
Yeah. And I mean, you only did one thing to keep me off it. The one time you thought to, or you griefed me, and I just never drew it. You know, yeah. But I did draw a lot of Omnath, which is definitely a close second.
Yeah. No, the awkward thing, you know, is that your deck just naturally gets to play good graveyard hate that synergizes with your deck. So, but in other matchups, like I can grief my opponent a bunch of times, put us on low resources, and then go for this combo. But if you have an answer for it, then I have nothing left. And you know, it doesn't take that much left over for you to be able to stop a 3/2, a Stoneforge Mystic, and one attempt at the combo. Yeah. And you're just able to do that through 2 discard spells.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, the card that was the most terrifying out of your deck is just Cauldron Complete. I just can't beat that card. I just can't beat that card to save my life. You know, I can Solitude the creature, but you know, obviously it's kind of hard for you to equip it, but then you gain so much life, and that's my only answer for it. So that was like the card I was the most afraid of, you know. And I think that one turn, I agree with you. I would have played Batterskull as well, but just how my hand worked out, you playing Stoneforge would have been worse for me. But that was how my hand worked out. I drew Fury, so if you did that, I was just going to Fury that turn, and that was arguably going to be better. So it was a weird kind of contextual moment there where Foundation Breaker was not going to be good if you just Stoneforge first, because it's just sorcery speed, but I drew Fury, so it was going to be great anyways. But
yeah. Ultimately another experiment that didn't seem great for me, for Grief Ephemerate. You know, it just requires so much of you. Yeah. You need to have this, like, the right backup plan, and I think that the biggest issue is that you need to have so many black cards in your deck to make a Grief work that you're really not able to build your deck to have any amount of consistency. Yeah. You get all your consistency through redundancy, which is sort of the easiest way to gain consistency and the least reliable way. Yeah. And so you know, there was the one game where I just drew like multiple unmarked graves and didn't have a way to reanimate. You know, if you just draw the wrong parts of your deck, that last game I drew multiple 7-drops. Yeah. Granted, I just pitched one early to Grief, so that didn't make a huge deal. Yeah. But I just had the dead, you know, drew a dead card over the course of the game in a game that ended up being fairly close. Yep. So just a lot of issues in terms of the consistency of your draws. And if things don't come together, or in the case of you just having one endurance in games 2 and 3, it was just more than enough to sort of put me away. So
yeah, and honestly, I want to bring focus back to just, I don't think the evoke creatures are good. You know, like they serve their purpose. You know, like as a 1 of 2 of here in some decks. Like I like exactly like Nassif's deck. You know, he had like 1 Solitude. You know, he's not trying to ephemerate or anything. It's like, it can be a free spell sometimes, but for the most part, it's just a 1 of. And then the evoke creatures, I think, are actively good in specifically Living End Cascade. Outside of that, I just don't think they're that good of cards. And, you know, everybody was so like, oh my God, what are we doing to Modern right away? It's like, yeah, we're 2-for-1ing ourselves. That's not that good, you know? So, I mean, we played them all here. Of course, some of them look good in certain spots, mostly just casting them. But I have been I was pretty high on them right away. You know, I mean, I was on the Grief Ephemerate train. Like, that was our first deck we did with Modern Horizon, and I slowly went lower.
You've drawn Grief Ephemerate every time you play the combo.
And it's still like,
and I've literally yet to draw it.
And I was still, like, losing. You do Grief Malakar Rebirth. That's the same thing. It's a little worse, but, yeah.
Give me one more Thoughtseize that game. You think you win?
Yeah, probably. Can't be Thoughtseize the top of the deck, man, and that's where all the goods were at.
I would have taken your Solitude and beaten you with Stoneforge Mystic.
Bang. Top decks. Top decks. That's all I did. Yeah, the Kahiri play was kind of nice. Just like, ooh, don't need that. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that probably would have done it.
Yeah. I think that would have been game.
Well, but yeah, and yeah, because I couldn't Fury in response, even if you go Ephemerate there. Like if you're about to, like you just take it first and stuff. Yeah, but all right, everyone, that does it for our nice modern show. Marbles are staying over there. I'll be sweeping my lawn. I don't know. I don't have that much sweeping to do, but I'll make sure to do some sweeping
You're
after
not supposed
this.
to sweep your lawn.
Well, I'll sweep.
I know
whatever.
you're a new homeowner and everything is new to you, but that's not an area where you use the broom.
Don't sweep around. Okay, I gotcha. I need a lawnmower then, I guess. So that's going to do it for the show. We're going to thank some subs. We're going to thank some sponsors, and we're going to head out of here.
All right, got a few subs today. Heptagon24 resubscribed. They've been subscribed for 17 months. Papa John's Napkins for 39 months. Mr. T. Killa and Crispy724 giving out 5 gifted subs today. So thank you to all of our subs.
It's a lot of subs.
Thank you for that support. If you would like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our fantastic staff of content creators, as well as some other perks, which are 5% off of sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Absolutely. And it is Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realm preview season here. Set's fully out, but you can pre-order individual cards, foil cards, as well as sealed product. And this is a good time to just buy these cards, while they're going to be cheap before rotation. Then they're all going to go up, So this is a really good time to be getting in on this set. So go to starcitygames.com/previews to order some new cards.
Yep. And if you want to pick up some extra cash to order sweet cards, maybe want to unload some cards that are rotating out of standard soon because you're not going to need them anymore, Star City Games is always buying cards, and the process has never been easier because there's so many ways to do it. You can use the buy list feature on the website. You can mail your cards in and let SCG do the work for you. You can make an appointment and do your business in person. And if your collection is big enough, you can make an appointment and have SCG come to you. And do always keep in mind that you get a 30% bonus on any trade-ins that are for store credit.
And now is the time to be selling cards. I was just telling you about this before the break. I'm legitimately going to sell a lot of my cards, get a ton of store credit so that when the end of October comes around, I can just buy decks because I do not own anything. It's been a while. So
I'm about to move, so I want to sell cards so I don't have to move them all.
Oh, you're finally moving? Oh, you heading out? Getting out of Roanoke?
Yeah. Awesome. I'm moving to Argentina.
Oh, are you? Okay.
You've heard of it?
Sweet. That'll be fun. But here, next announcement, y'all. I'm super excited for this. Number one, the SCG tour is back. We are going to be playing some online events here coming up shortly, and then they all feed into our first in-person event coming back on October 29th through the 31st. A nice Halloween weekend in Roanoke, so come visit us. We're going to be playing in this tournament. I'm pumped. How about you?
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be super fun.
It hasn't really fully set in for me yet.
It hasn't fully set in, but we're going to be playing some basketball beforehand. Ross loves to play some trivia. And then also, you know what? We get to play Magic and we get to see all our friends again. So it's going to be awesome. There's ways to qualify. It is through the online tournaments. You need to get yourself some points. There's a ton of different tournament dates. So all that information can be found at starcitygames.com/SCG Tour online. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait.
Yeah, you're going to want to join us. It's going to be fun.
And they're still just giving away, a ton of money, qualifications into these arena championships. You can get into qualifier weekends with them. You can win a lot of money. You can win gems. These tournaments have a lot of information, so check out that destination and figure out ways to play.
Next order of business, we would like to thank our sponsor, Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear, you can find their entire collection of shirts, hoodies, and stickers at coalesceapparel.shop. And remember to use the gift code SCG when checking out to get 10% off of your purchase.
Absolutely. And the last order of business, we do have the weekly sale going on just like every week. And this is on select sealed product. What percent off was it? Sorry, I didn't have that, Rob.
It's just big savings on
savings on select sealed product. Okay, so go to starcitygames.com/sale to check out which kind of sealed product you can get there. So
just what
nice
kind of deals
sale.
you can get.
It could be anything. It could even be a box. You know how much we've wanted one of those. All right, everyone. So remember that sale does end at 10:59 a.m. on Monday. So make sure to get some information on that sale over the weekend here before that sale runs out. So I want to thank you so much for watching today's special edition of Versus Live. We will be back Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with more Magic fun. So for Rob, for Ross Merriam, I'm Corey Baumeister. We'll see you later.